Hey guys, this is Razor right here speaking with you right now at this time, and we're going to go through this Resistance 3 review of the single player. Now, this is one of the best games that's come out this year, in my opinion, and a must-have for any PS3 owner. This is one of the exclusives from Insomniac, and this is probably one of the best work that they have done on Resistance. I loved it. Let's just start off with the graphics right off the shot. From my experience, the blood in this game is improved drastically from Resistance 2 and 1. When you melee a character, there's just blood everywhere. When you do a headshot, there's a blood everywhere. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Explosions in this game with rocket launchers, grenades, as you can see in the video. It's just amazing. I love the cloud work on when it explodes, the fire that's inside of it. Just looks very, very nice. The graphics in Resistance 3 can be comparable to Killzone 3. Depends on where you at it in the game, actually. This is one of the best looking games to this date that anybody can grab on hand. This is completely different from any game that has come out, which is crazy. The gameplay in this game, I love the gameplay. I love it. You play as Joseph Capelli from Resistance 2. He is like he's working with Nathan Hale, and from Resistance 2, from being from being a hero to being dishonorable discharge in Resistance 3, and now he's just part of a resistance and fighting pretty much by himself on this journey to New York. The wheel selection, they finally brought that back, man. I loved it on Fall of Man. I loved it on here. I'm glad they brought it. There's up to 12 weapons to choose, and each one is fun to use, man. Each one you will be using, and depending on your liking, you're gonna find a favorite gun out of all those. The health bar, they finally brought that back. Thank you, Insomniac. It's not health regeneration like every shooter out to this day. They made it different. Thank you again. The controls on this game, not a lot of people will like this. Well, when I say a lot of people, this is what I'm meaning. I'm speaking to the Resistance fan members. You know, they were different in Resistance 1 and 2, where crouching was the crouch was L2 and the sprint was the hold down L2. They changed it with L3s to sprint, and circle is to actually crouch, and L2 is to throw a grenade. Not a lot of Resistance fans will like that, but it made me get used to the controls pretty easy, since most shooters are like. There's very fun weapons you get to choose, and you're gonna have fun with them, guys. Headshots actually count during the single player, the campaign. When you actually shoot a Chimerian in the head, it's gonna explode. That is one of the pros in this game that I love, and not a lot of games actually do that in headshots. The difficulty on this game is not as hard as Resistance 2, but it's just as fun though, guys. In Resistance 2, I found myself dying so many times, which was not cool, man. But on this game, I died out of stupidity, and sometimes, where I would just overrun with Chimerian. It's crazy fun. The audio in this game, the soundtrack is amazing. I love the soundtrack. It's so dark and gloomy, and it makes you think that the human race is fixing to go extinct, and the Chimerian's going to win. That's what it feels like. Great weapon sounds on this game. Each weapon has a specific sound, of course, and each one sounds very, very good. I love it. Explosions and the monsters, the Chimerians, the way they scream at you, it just sounds so real when you have a complete 5.1 surround sound, or 6.1, whatever you have. Even the headsets will sound good. The explosions in this game, as I said, they sound amazing, guys. This is one of the best sounding games from to this date still. The cons in this game, though, I believe, I don't know about everybody else, but I did have audio lag within the game, where there was times where I did melee characters and it never registered, or it registered late. It registers 2 seconds later. As soon as I turn back around, you actually hear the noise of the Camarion being melee. You probably be able to tell in the video. I'm not sure, but just check it out and hear it out. There was a couple of frame rate drops in this game, mostly during while I was outside in real lighted up areas, and that's when explosions actually happen near me. When that actually happened near me, that's when you can actually tell when it slows down with the controls. Another con in this game, as I was saying, the Resistance fans might not like the way controls were changed in this game. Depends on how used you can get from changing. The pros, as I was saying, the graphics sounds great. I love the gameplay, and I'm pretty sure anybody else would. I love they brought back the wheel weapon selection, the health bar. There's up to 12 weapons to choose. The story was great. The blood in here was amazing. The graphics looks just like Killzone 3. The audio is great. I'm giving this game, guys, a 9.5 out of 10. This is Razor's review of Resistance 3, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the gameplay that I have in store. Thanks, guys.